there. This is a special edition of your favorite program, The Power Circuit, from the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. This program updates you about the trend in the Nigerian power sector. So don't miss a second of it. In this edition, we have top of the chart reports packaged for your delightful view. Minister of Power receives Award of Excellence. TCN management synergizes with Ashaka Cement on improved bulk power transmission. TCN SEAC hold joint consultative meeting to improve industrial relation. The incessant activities of sand excavators and estate developers have exposed some power transmission assets to apparent threats of erosion and flooding in Abuja. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, is proactively tackling these threats as it deepens synergy with the Development Control Department of the Federal Capital Development Authority, FCDA, to assess the extent of the threats. This will come to you by way of a special report in this edition. Keep watching The Power Circuit. Amara Gugoisi is my name, and together, let's go through this half hour. The Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar D. Aliyu, has received an Award of Excellence as an icon of diligent service and capacity builder in the power sector. The minister was presented with the award by the National Council for Civil Society Organizations, NACSO, in his office at the Power House in Abuja. Here is more on this.
The convener of the National Council for Civil Society Organizations, NACSO, Comrade Tope Lamidi, in his award speech, congratulated the Minister of Power, who was appointed recently. He specifically said the power sector had yearned for a minister that will take ownership of the infrastructure and carry stakeholders along.
Our minister, since we took over the mantle of leadership, we have been following your footsteps and you are excellent, particularly your service records. And we have been praying as one of the organizations whose mandate is to complement the effort of governments, particularly the power sector. Since in 2018 we flagged up a program to cut the menace of power infrastructure. Today God has got you based on your service performance. And we, the civil society, we have come to first and foremost extend our continued loyalty, solidarity and support to you to duplicate your good work in this ministry by installing power infrastructure that will bring about sustainable economic growth through power, sustainable power. Because what enhances economic activities is power.
Comrade Lamidi also said the award was well deserving for the Minister, Engineer Aliyu, as he lauded him for the diligent service and capacity building in the power sector. Responding, the Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar D. Aliyu, said he was delighted to have been recognized through the award, which he said created avenue for interaction and synergy to improve on the gains of the power sector.
I'm more happy to receive this recognition. It is not only the meeting, it will open a window, an avenue for us to relate and to hear from you, and to also let you know what we are doing in the ministry in order to provide electricity out there.
Engineer Liu reiterated the mandate of the ministry, which he said is to formulate policies and offer directives on the power reforms by way of oversight function on the agencies. The minister also revealed that there are a lot of ongoing power sector interventions from the current administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, which will help to improve power supply when they are completed.
There are a lot of interventions being done to modernize the system. Some are at various stages of completion. They have gone far. Some at preliminary stages. These are all interventions. Once they are completed, will have reliable power in the country. The sector has suffered neglect, and anything that you have neglected for a very long time, once you come back to it, you have to work hard to revive it. And there was no time in the history of this country that this sector has enjoyed the government attention like now during the regime of President Muhammadu Buhari.
The chairman, board of trustee of the association, Mr. Igwe Martin, then presented the award of Icon of Diligence Service and Capacity Builder in the power sector to the Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar D. Aliu.
On behalf of the National Council for Civil Society Organizations in Nigeria, I am honored today to give you this little token of appreciation for your contribution towards sustaining power. And I promise you that this is the beginning of a new beginning, and by the grace of God, with your support and the coordination of the civil societies, there will not be end to this positive beginning. Congratulations.
The management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, led by the Acting Managing Director and CEO, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, has received a delegation from Ashaka Cement in Gombe State. At the meeting, which was held at the Power House in Abuja, both parties explored avenues of improving bulk power supply to the cement plants.
In his remarks at the meeting, the Managing Director of Ashaka Cement, Ibrahim Aminu, said the company has operated for 42 years since 1979 in Ashaka, Gombe State, noting that the company has maintained cordial relationship with TCN. He appreciated the role of TCN in delivering bulk power in the country, especially in terms of aiding economic growth.
Without your good sales and your company, obviously the economy of Nigeria cannot move.
Aminu further called for improvements in the partnership of both parties, noting that stable power is important for the cement manufacturing company.
In essence, I would say, we are touching lives, and we are also contributing to the diversification of the Nigerian economy. However, like I said from the beginning, we can't do all this without stable power. We have recently faced some challenges regarding power availability, power stability, and reliability, which we are going to expand in the course of this meeting. And we also appreciate the support which we are getting locally, TCN locally around Gombe and the Northeast, and also at the headquarters.
In his remarks, the Acting Managing Director, CEO of TCN, Engineer Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, welcomed the Ashaka Cement delegation to the TCN headquarters, noting that TCN was working on ensuring that bulk power is improved in the company's operational area.
As you are here, TCN is ready to cooperate with you. You are a very important stakeholder. Also, providing jobs to Nigerians is one of the most important things of this present administration, because the government cannot employ every Nigerians. So when we have companies like you that are giving employment, the government is very happy with such companies. So we'll do our best, whatever we can do to assist you and see that you remain in business and you do good business.
He noted that TCN was already working on fixing bulk power transmission issues around the company's service area.
I'm happy that up to now, the company is performing well. Before this meeting, I had a discussion with the EDTSP, and he has explained to me all the issues you have concerning your supply. And most of these issues are something we are working on. There is going to be improvement after we have finished some of our projects. And we have assigned some of our engineers to look at these issues critically and see what we can do to improve the service at that place.
The Executive Director of the Transmission Service Provider TCN, Engineer Victor Adewumi, explained that there was voltage disparity in the area on the long stretch of transmission line, saying TCN has deployed a reactor to curb that.
We have commissioned the reactor in Jos. We've commissioned the reactor in Jos recently, which we believe will greatly improve the voltage profile. And for the transposition, recently we have equally commissioned the transposition towers. So we believe we are now having some voltage balance to a very good extent. We are not likely to be having voltage spikes the way you have been having before.
Let's take a break. The power circuit will be back in a moment.
Verify that land before you buy it. To drastically reduce the incidence of building under the transmission right-of-way or encroaching on designated TCN land, members of the public are hereby requested to verify land near or along transmission line route before purchasing it. Verification should be made in the Land Development Authority or at the TCN office. This would help in drastically reducing the incidence of building under transmission line right-of-way and save us all the problem of pulling down the structure or truncating transmission line expansion projects in your community due to court injunction. Help us serve you better. Verify that land before you buy it.
The management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has held a joint consultative meeting with the National Executive of the Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Allied Companies, SEAC, where participants strategized on enhancing industrial harmony with the company.
The acting managing director and chief executive officer of TCN, Engineer Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, who presided over the meeting, welcomed the participants as he reiterated the management's commitment to the staff well-being.
As partners in progress, management is resolute and committed to working hand in glove with you to achieve desired results, as well as sustain peaceful industrial relation climate for productivity. I want to assure you that we are enjoying the cordial and harmonious working relationship that has existed between my management and SEAC and will always work towards its sustenance. Let me emphasize that management will continue to do everything humanly possible towards addressing all the issues regarding staff welfare.
The TCN head highlighted efforts of the management, which include various training programs that are being held to improve staff skills and working conditions.
Various training programs for both technical and non-technical staff have also been conducted, while others are ongoing. I commissioned the Port Harcourt Regional Office, which was just completed by this administration after 11 years and abandonment by successive administration. This is in line with this management's resolve to improve the quality of the working environment of our staff, both in the corporate headquarters and outside stations. In the area of service delivery and operations, TCN has improved tremendously in performance through our flagship program, the Nigeria Electricity Grid Maintenance Expansion and Rehabilitation Program, which is aimed at expanding our grid network through diligent implementation of all our network expansion projects, both federal government funded and donor funded.
Engineer Abdulaziz, who further tasked them on improved synergy to enhance industrial harmony at TCN, said these collaborations, both in TCN and with stakeholders in the power sector, have yielded results.
The result of these strategies are always impacting positively on the system, as it is evidenced in the consecutive peak energy power delivery to Nigerians recorded in the first and second quarter of this year. Please note that the decline in the power delivery in the last quarter is due to gas shortages, at various gas power plants, and if that improves today, TCN is ever ready to deliver the power to the discourse. I want to assure you of continued maintenance of an open door policy for cross-fertilization of ideas for collective improvement in the service that we are called to give Nigerians. Comrades, I also seek your contribution support as a major stakeholder in the electricity sector to ensure that we deliver our mandate of delivering bulk electricity supply to Nigerians.
In his remarks, the national president of SIAC, Comrade Chris Okonkwo, commended the TCN management led by the acting MD, CEO, Engineer Abdulaziz, for having a good understanding with regards to industrial harmony in the company.
MD, we are happy you are following diligently the understanding, and we are happy you are making progress consequent upon the peace that follows it. We are happy that our TCN members, SIAC members in TCN, are happy with the attitude, the peace, the cooperation they have seen you offer to its leadership, and by extension to the whole workforce. We are committing or dedicating ourselves to this peace, and in the course of this meeting, we will be demonstrating to you that we are business-like in what we do. We are not frivolous. Where there are no issues, we don't raise issues. And where there are issues, we raise them and adopt persuasion to get results.
Comrade Okonkwo reassured the TCN management of the association's commitment towards supporting the mandate of TCN, which is to deliver bulk power to Nigerians efficiently and effectively.
We rather cooperate because we are co-heirs. Let me quote it, co-heirs in this industry, because as senior and management staff union, we can't be fighting ourselves. That is how we look at it. And so we are committed to making sure that any problem, if at all, that is available for attention is resolved with the industrial component of it coming from us seamlessly to your management.
Following the activities of sand excavators and estate developers, which have exposed some power transmission assets to apparent threats of erosion and flooding in Abuja, the management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, says it is proactively tackling these threats. Stay with us on this special edition, which highlights the on-the-site assessment conducted by TCN engineers and a team from the Development Control Department of the Federal Capital Development Authority, FCDA, at the affected sites.
The Joint Inspection and Assessment Team from the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, and the Development Control was at the Katampe axis in Abuja, where cases of violation of power transmission lines right-of-way and an area control center transmission substation are common sites. The encroachment ranges from buildings that are too close to the power lines to dugout areas near the transmission line routes. The inspection team met one of the estate developers in the area supervising a road site along the project area. The developer said there was provision for a drainage system along the route to avoid effects of erosion around the area.
We are extending it towards where the drain is supposed to be. Yes, it stops in the middle of the road, so we're extending it. And then they are doing this one. I was suggesting, because they said they want to do a box cover here, I was suggesting that they do it beside the road or they do it up where the force of the water is and bring it down. Because we are going to do a box cover as well in front, so they will connect to our own box cover.
The Assistant General Manager, Technical Services at the Abuja region of TCN, Engineer Mahmoud Suleiman, briefed the inspection team from the headquarters about the previous inspection where the officials intercepted sand excavators and estate developers right under the property of TCN in the area.
We chased the people out. It's one construction company, they are working, I think they have their office in Maraba, one Chinese. Okay. So after chasing them, they still came back. So we have to report them to the police. Okay. And we call police and we engage police to give surveillance so that they will never come back here again. Because these are some of the threats this one has already been created. This erosion, man-made erosion. So with time, it will just be going towards our power line. So at least this one we have reported this police are taking surveillance of this place.
Just a little further at Katampe, sand excavators were on the prowl under a 330 kilovolt power transmission line, posing a serious threat of erosion to the base of the towers, especially at the time when the rainy season is intense.
If you have any police now, this is the right time to allow. We will never allow them to go out safe. We pursue them here one time. We park and discuss with them. It's all of them there, even Dawaki the same thing.
The officials immediately contacted the police to alert them of the infractions while they fled with their trucks. Log of woods were then brought to block access to the area by heavy-duty trucks as a temporary measure.
So we cannot allow you people.
They are the one now.
That's it. That we cannot allow that thing to happen. We said, okay, write to our corporate headquarters because we have our spheres. We said we cannot. Even if
the inspection team, comprising officials of the Development Control of the Federal Capital Development Authority (FCDA), checked the TCN right-of-way survey and layout document to ascertain the extent to which the intruders have invaded the power infrastructure asset space. In a concluding remark about the inspection and encroachment, the Assistant General Manager Technical Services at the Abuja region of TCN, Engineer Mahmoud Suleiman, said the management has identified stronger measures.
Based on what we have seen around and the need for us to have that synergy with the development control, this is one of the best approach. At least the authority in charge of FCDA in the real picture. So from time to time we'll be inviting them, at least to go around with them. If we have any such issue of encroachment into our right of way, we'll alert them quickly and we'll swing into action. And additionally, as we have seen the areas, the vulnerable areas now, what we intend doing is to engage police as well for surveillance. We have started already, we have engaged some policemen around Katampe side, so we'll extend it to Dawaki as well, so that they can put surveillance, especially those sand mining close to our towers. So I think these are additional measures we are engaging now to cut the menace of this encroachment to our right of ways.
That's the much we can bring to you in this edition. Minister of Power receives Award of Excellence. TCN management synergizes with Ashaka Cement on improved bulk power transmission. TCN, SIAC hold joint consultative meeting to improve industrial relation. You also saw how the incessant activities of sand excavators and estate developers are exposing power transmission assets to threats of erosion and flooding in Abuja. There are high hopes that the synergy between TCN, the Development Control and security agencies will continue to yield results to contain this menace. Do well to keep track of this episode and all others with just a click on the TCN YouTube channel. And keep your support coming for TCN on these platforms as we join hands to ensure TCN delivers improved bulk electricity nationwide. With the outbreak of the Delta variant of the COVID-19 pandemic, ensure you get vaccinated and stick with the prevention protocols. Thank you for always sticking with us on the Power Circuit. I am Amara Agugoisi and see you next week.